Hello, welcome to my microbiology term project presentation. Microorganisms, they live everywhere. They are in our environments, on us, in us, a part of us, in our foods. They're just everywhere. Microorganisms consist of bacteria, fungi, and viruses. So some of these microorganisms are positive. We can get benefits from microorganisms and we can coexist and live symbiotically with them. Some microorganisms are toxic and deadly to us in our bodies. Some microorganisms and species like Candida can be both positive and negative to us. Candidiasis is an infection caused by a yeast called Candida. The organism is considered a fungi and not bacteria or a virus. The infection begins when an overgrowth of the yeast occurs in response to its environment changes. Infections can occur in moist, mucous regions of the body like the mouth, throat, gut, and the vagina. Symptoms of this infection can vary depending on where it's located. Symptoms can include skin irritations, itching, cracking and peeling, rashes, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, and urinary tract infections. Other symptoms can include feeling tired and worn, difficulty concentrating, mood swings, depression, and irritability. Effects on the vagina specifically include redness of the skin, can cause drying or cracking of the skin, and may change color or consistency of discharge. It is important to note that yeast infections are caused by an overgrowth of yeast and is not a sexually transmitted disease. Only medications can be used to treat this infection. Candida can alter its form in order to continue living in response to its environment. Candida can change from its neutral non-toxic state as yeast. The yeast is oval and round and is unicellular. Its second form is pseudohyphae. In this form, it is beginning to grow and expand. This changes its form from a round and oval head to now starting to form and grow tails. In its final form, it is in its hyphae phase. In its final form is when it has become an infection. During this, yeast begins to clump and grow, growing its tails even longer and becoming a more solid structure to protect itself from any enemies from its host. What is fascinating about this organism is its ability to adapt. Candida is highly adaptable in response to its environment. Its ability to go through its physical changes is due to its cell wall. The cell wall also gives shape, structure, and protection to the cell. The cell wall is made of three major components. The outermost layer is made up of monoproteins. This layer is important for interactions with its environment and activation and modulation of immune response. Another component of the wall is chitin. Chitin is the inner layer of the cell and plays as a role as a skeleton. The last component is the most important for the cell to respond and adapt. The component is the presence of glucans, specifically 1 and 3 and 1 and 6. Candida is a very adaptive organism with a varying virulence. As the organism makes physical changes, the virulency increases. The microorganism can become part of a mixed colony, like with bacteria. This, along with the physical transformation, adds to its virulency and resistance to drugs. Thank you. I think that's it.